I'm Dan Diker. Right after Oktoberfest Race Weekend, the voice is about 80%. I've had a couple of high school football games to do for radio in between there. But what a time at the 46th Annual Oktoberfest Race Weekend. Thousands of people, met some old friends, new friends, partied with some of them, called some great races, and the weather was simply outstanding. What we're going to do today, we're going to recap in segment number 1, everything that happened for 4 days. Segment 2, we're going to take you back to Thursday night's race and give our NASCAR late model drivers some love. Segment 3, we're going to give our lacrosse sportsman drivers some love. And then we've got a couple of weeks worth of shows to do. All we're going to do is recap Oktoberfest Race Weekend, super late models, the trucks, the vintage cars, you name it. We're going to throw it right back at you until the end of October. So we're going to start things off recapping Thursday night of the 46th Annual Oktoberfest Race Weekend, where it was the super late model Future 25-lap feature race, and Minnesota's Brad Keith went wire to wire to not only win the race, but that was his first ever win in a super late model. Ty Majeski didn't waste any time with the NASCAR late models as he won the 40-lap feature. Majeski was dominant throughout the entire race weekend. Believe it or not, won 3 big races, 4 qualifying bullets, and a third-place finish in the big one on Sunday. What a weekend for Ty Majeski. Steve Carlson would claim another late model championship at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Carlson also took home the newly formatted 2015 Chase Championship. Steve Bachman, the winner in the Sportsman 20-lap feature on Thursday night of Fest. He also won the 2015 Sportsman Chase after that big 7-week layoff during the regular race season. Congrats goes out to Nick Clemens. He was the 2015 Sportsman champion. Mark Lethe jumped to the lead. He wasn't challenged much as he won the 15-lap Hornet feature Thursday night. Nate Towner, your 2015 Hornet champion. The Thunderstocks finished off the 2015 with a stellar photo finish. This race was between Charles Van Jr. and Bill Schott. Those two had gone back and forth. The caution had flew late in the race, and side by side saw the El Camino driven by El Vian across the checkers first. Andy Moore finished 4th. He captures the season championship. Mark Bornitz took home the Bandit feature win. Did a nice job running against some souped-up 4-cylinders that usually don't race at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Bornitz also doing a nice job at the Mississippi Thunder Speedway. We're going to talk about that Fall Fest in next weekend's program. Outlaws had a wild 20-lap finish. I would love to see that many Outlaws in those many different styles of lacrosse every single time we run them. What a fantastic race that was. Jason Stark took home the win. Congratulations goes to Ron Lockington, who took home the season championships. Jason Stark came back out with one more race Thursday night, and he wins the world-famous Double O race. To Friday we go. Ty Majeski, the 8th different winner, the Dick Trickle 99 for the super late models. He won segment 1, followed by Dalton Zier, Nick Mergic, and Jacob Gady. Skylar Holzhausen rounded out the top 5. Majeski came back. He won segment number 2 with Dalton Zier traveling right behind him. They headed into segment number 3, where Majeski didn't win that race, but he did win the Dick Trickle 99 with the combined points. He had 5. Dalton Zier was in second with 9. Casey Johnson third with 17. Jacob Gady won that 30-lap stubby race. Randy Humfeld passed Mike Hansen on lap 8, would not look back as he got a late race challenge from Rick Schermerhorn in the Great Northern Sportsman Series 25-lap feature event. Danny Gilster was 3rd. Dave Trout finished 4th. Trout had a problem with a window for qualifying, had to end up in the back for a heat race. He came up and just knocked out the field, and through his wild day, he ended up beginning 4th. Scott Luck ran on the top 5. Dave Trout, the 2015 Great Northern Sportsman Series champion. Rick Corvo held off pressure from Chester Ace to win the 15-lap Fest truck feature. A young Derek Kraus stands about that high, was 3rd. Daniel Ben was 4th. Chad Divide running on the top 5. Kraus wins the truck championship. To Saturday we go. Casey Johnson, Brian Bach, and Phil Maloof added their names to the list of 2015 winners. Casey Johnson finished second on the track for the Big 8 J-Max 68, but he was given the unofficial winner. Jay Herbst failed post-race inspection for non-conforming boosters, and on the carburetor, that is, Herbst had led the entire 68-lap race, was disqualified after the race was done. Casey Johnson gets the win. Michael Bilderback finished second. He claimed the 2015 Big 8 Series championship. Ty Majeski finished 3rd in a Big 8 late car. I think that was his first time running with them. Tim Sargent was 4th. Rick Sherman Jr. rounded out the top 5. Fans witnessed a 3-wide finish of the line for the Midwest Dash Series 20-lap main event. While my voice was crackling for that one, Phil Maloof was in the middle, held off George Sparkman on the outside, Adam Kriskowski on the inside for the win. Maloof took over the lead on lap 7, and then a couple of cautions made things awfully interesting right there at the end. Also, Brian Bach was the class of the field for the Mid-American Stock Cars. He won the 40-lap feature event. He also ran with the Outlaws. Sunday's race saw Dan Fredrickson win the ARCA Midwest Tour 46th Annual Oktoberfest 200-lapper. Fredrickson started 20th and drove his way through the field, eventually catching leader Ty Majeski in their closing laps. There was a restart, a very interesting one, and Majeski lost that lead with 10 laps to go, so he had some problems with the motor on the restart. And Fredrickson, well, they say the rest was history. That's his 4th time winning that. Ty Majeski had a great weekend as well. Only one of the radar for that race early on. Johnny Sauter took that back row challenge. If he would have won it from the back row, he would have taken home $5,000. Started way in the back, ended up 3rd at one point, blew a motor, knocked him out of the race. One of the most anticipated restarts of the weekend was right there as Majeski and Fredrickson. It's interesting. And again, through the closing laps, that's all she wrote. Fredrickson picked up his 4th Oktoberfest win. He was followed by Jacob Gady, Ty Majeski, Nick Murgic, and Skylar Holzhausen. Ty Majeski clinched his 2nd consecutive ARCA Midwest Tour championship. Austin Nason, your 2015 ARCA Midwest Tour Rookie of the Year. There's all 4 days and 8 minutes. When we come back, we're going to show you Thursday night's late model race. That's how Ty Majeski started his wild weekend during the 46th Annual Oktoberfest Race Weekend at La Crosse. That's coming up next on 7-Eleven Racing.
Get ready for the Thunder!
The Mississippi Thunder Speedway.
Your Friday night racing destination.
Every Friday night.
Super stocks, modified.
600 mods.
Pure stocks, street stocks, B-mods.
It's racing excitement, dirt track style. Tickets $12 for adults, $10 for seniors. Students free with an ID. And this year, kids 17 and under free with an adult admission. Friday night racing starts at 7.
Bring on the Thunder!
Dirt track style at the Mississippi Thunder Speedway.
Highway 35 just north of Fountain City.
Some of the best moments in life happen at home. American Standard Heating and Air works smarter to make them all more comfortable.
Over $400 in rebates available on select American Standard systems. Call Carey Heating and Air Conditioning today for a free estimate.
We're going green. How did those 2 cars that were connected bumper to bumper make their way around that corner? I had to put the "oh, here we go" on pause for just a second as the student versus the teacher continues. Majeski in the lead. As things start to settle down once again, Powell now running 3rd, Kirshner into 4th. Sean Paff is in the top 5. Halfway mark, cross stick showing the halfway mark. Sean Paff in a dogfight with a honey badger, Brent Kirshner. Every time he goes up, Kirshner goes up. He goes down, he goes down. Ty Majeski once again tries to stretch that lead. Brad Powell, he's a veteran. He's going to save those tires for the very end. And that log jam behind him of Kirshner, Paff, Wagner, and Henderson. Jeff Pataska back out again. He wants to finish this Oktoberfest race. Sean Paff now to the inside of Brent Kirshner. Those two have battled for the past 6 laps. Paff is in, around, and gone. Some daylight, some clean air he's been looking for. That'll put Paff in the top 4. Kirshner back to 5th. Jeremy Wagner not done with positions yet as well, as he was all over the back end of Kirshner going into turn 2. Awfully tight quarters for Kirshner, Wagner, Carlson, and Henderson. Four cars all in position to take that number 5 spot away from Kirshner, as we are at the 14 lap count and still counting, trying to beat the rain showers. Still got the future super lates coming up in the double O race. Kirshner now extending his lead over Jeremy Wagner. It's up to 4 car lengths. Mike Carlson just got past Matt Henderson. He's got Jeremy Wagner in his sights as they come out of turn 4 with 12 to go. Majeski just doing what Majeski does on a Saturday night here at the Speedway. In fact, he's backed it up 2 nights to a Thursday evening this time. And Majeski, a whole lot of racing he's got going on this weekend. Not sure what Steve Carlson's plans are, whether he'll be in that ARCA Midwest Tour race on Sunday or not. Brad Powell still got some racing left of him in that 23. Sean Paff said he would determine what he would do the rest of the weekend after what happened tonight. And if he can get a solid 4th place finish, we may see some more Durango racing at number 3 this weekend. Still nose to tail for this battle for 5th right here between Kirshner, Wagner, Carlson, and Henderson. In the same order for the past 8 or 9 laps. They worked their way around lap traffic. Henderson got to watch that corner. He was just going to jump to the outside of Carlson. Had to brake check and bring it back a tad bit. With 8 laps remaining, top 3 are pretty solid right now. Matter of fact, the top 4, as Jeremy Wagner works the inside quarter panel for a moment on Kirshner. He went to the inside of the turn 2, trying to find some snuggle room. Kirshner on the brakes that time, slows Wagner down as Carlson's going to jump to the outside. Again, Wagner getting slowed up by the Honey Badger Brent Kirshner. Mike Carlson said, I have finally had enough of that. I'm going to get out of the way, and I want that number 5 spot. 5 to go with the palm. Carlson so smooth. That's some good patience right there as he overtook the number 8 car at Kirshner to hop in the top 5. So Carlson can kind of relax that gas pedal foot for a little bit here. He's got all the clean air he wants for Oktoberfest. Henderson getting a little impatient now. He wants to go to the inside of Jeremy Wagner. Nothing going there. Wagner again, but the 4th time around, every time he wants to duck underneath Kirshner, Kirshner just slows him up a tad bit. And Wagner, not one of the familiar drivers that jumped to the outside, is going to stay where he is. Jeske's got all kinds of lap cars coming up. Eckelberg, Dzelski, Dummer, Carter Christensen, all doing a nice job moving out of the way for the leaders. Your two Rookies of the Year contenders. Turn 4 as the white flag flies, 1 to go. Happ and Powell awfully close corners to finish this one out here with 1 lap remaining. Checkered flag is out, and once again, Ty Majeski has mastered the La Crosse Speedway for the 4th time this year.
Well, again, congratulations goes out to Ty Majeski winning the La Crosse Late Models Race Thursday of Fest. Congratulations goes out to Steve Carlson. He wins the Point Championship again, and he also takes on the 2015 Chase. There was one more chase on the line Thursday night of Oktoberfest. It was the Sportsman. We're going to show you the feature winner. We're going to show you the champion and the Chase winner next on Seven Rivers Racing.
Get ready for the Thunder!
The Mississippi Thunder Speedway.
Your Friday night racing destination.
Every Friday night.
Super stocks, modifieds,
600 mods.
pure stocks, street stocks, B-mods.
It's racing excitement, dirt track style. Tickets $12 for adults, $10 for seniors. Students free with an ID. And this year, kids 17 and under free with an adult admission. Friday night racing starts at 7.
Bring on the Thunder!
Dirt track style at the Mississippi Thunder Speedway.
Highway 35 just north of Fountain City.
Some of the best moments in life happen at home. American Standard Heating and Air works smarter to make them all more comfortable.
Over $400 in rebates available on select American Standard systems. Call Carey Heating and Air Conditioning today for a free estimate.
So Bachman and Clements have checked out away from the rest of the field. Bachman said when he came back from the broken hand, I want wins and the chase, period. Jake Arneson stepped away from racing for quite a bit this year after losing his father back at the beginning of the summer. And on board in that car is a stuffed animal that his dad used to have for years. Bad Brad Worthen, last year's Rookie of the Year, a very solid 4th place currently. 1 feature win this year as he's keeping pace. Danny Gilster was over the back of Haas there momentarily. Haas used to be a run of sports with his father for years out here. Steve Bachman is not going to take his foot off that accelerator until way past the checkered flag. He needs to hold out for 3 more laps, and he'll be the first ever Dean Satellite Chase winner. Now there's 2x2 racing right in front. This could be interesting. It's Gordon and Eckelberg. Both drivers are aware. Eckelberg gets out of harm's way. Gordon stays high. Nice bit of driving right there as Bachman and Clements get around. Problems in the back straightaway as Tom Lethe is going to pull it right into the pit stalls. Track officials have been notified. They're going to throw the caution out to check for oil on the racetrack. And this restart will be single file. On the restart, it will be Bachman, followed by Nick Clements, the one-armed bandit Jake Arneson, Bad Brad Worthen, and Brian Hesselberg. That's your current top 5. Then it's going to be Haas, Danny Gilster, Jimmy Crackcorn Gilster, Mulliken, Thompson, and Chalet. So it looks like our Tri-State safety crew may have found a little bit of drippings up there in turns 1 and 2. A little bit of quick, speedy dry down there on the racetrack. We're just going to run them through with 3 laps remaining. Still to come, our Quick Trip NASCAR Late Model Oktoberfest 40-lap feature, the Super Late Models 25-lap Futures feature, and the world-famous 12-lap 00 Oktoberfest feature where they run the quarter mile, the big track, and back.
And just a reminder again,
lots more racing coming your way yet tonight as we wait for the sportsmen to get the track cleaned up. Looks like they had a bunch of oil spill in the back there. Down to 3 laps left in our sportsman division race here. As you heard Dan say, coming up next we have the lacrosse late model 40-lap feature race. And our contestants, our drivers, are lined up on the quarter mile, ready to go. Now they'll run them through the oil dry in an effort to help clear that up a little faster. Looks like the safety truck is pulling off the track. They're going to back off into the exit at turn 4. And the drivers get the 1 to go. 3-lap shootout coming up. Bachman will be in the lead, then Clements, Arneson, Warthen, Hesselberg, Haas, Danny Gilster, Jimmy Gilster, Justin Mulligan, Thompson, Chalet, Hansen, and the rest of them. Single file down the back stretch. Pace truck pulls off. We're headed for a green flag here, folks. Well, let's turn it over to Dan Diker as they come out of the turn.
Single file at a turn 4, and here we go. Back to green. Nick Clements bent out of shape, as was Arneson. I think Clements was trying to come down to get around Bachman. Nothing going there. Top 2 drivers are in the chase. Warthen is currently 4th. He's in the chase. 6th is Hesselberg. 2 laps remain. Nick Clements still 2 car lengths behind Bachman as he opens it up. This time by, the sportsman chase will go 1 more time. Bachman's heart's just got to be beating 1,000,000 miles a minute. You come back from a 7-week hiatus, and he's going to possibly do what he set out to do, and that's win the chase. Clements has maybe 1 more run left. Not going to happen. Bachman's going to take home the Oktoberfest feature race tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, Steve Bachman had 1 goal in mind. He broke his hand, was out for 7 weeks. When he came back, he said all he was going to do was win races and win the chase. Well, he ended up with 4 feature wins from the time he came back to Thursday night, as you just saw. Congratulations. He also took home the big trophy as he was your 2015 chase champion. And kudos goes out to your 2015 sportsman champ, Nick Clements. When we come back next weekend, we're going to take you to Friday, Saturday, Sunday of Oktoberfest. As a matter of fact, for the next 2 weeks, DVR them, folks, because we got some good races coming up around the bend on Semmelr's Racing. I want to thank Jesse for producing the program. I'm Dan Diker. Time to hit some halls. I'll be good to go for next week's show here on KQEG TV.
Oh, here